We thought we were f***ing legends.
We got like a $20 million valuation.
We went from zero, and then the first month we did like 450K US.
Whoa.
We were doing 20K days, 25K days. We thought we were invincible.
Oh yeah, we've done it. And then we've kind of been taken straight back to school.
And so we're like, let's get a 40-foot container, premium, verified everything.
Premium boxing, just like free little gifts.
Ignore all the legends' advice, like test the market, make sure you got product market fit, make some sales first. We were just like, nah.
No proof of concept, never run an ad, built the website after the fact.
We promised this 3PL the world, we're gonna sell thousands of units a week. Crickets, got about 1,000 still in our garage. Just because you're successful in one business does not mean it's transferable to the next. Your skills are transferable, but not the actual product. You're going to go back to, making $100 a day or $200 a day. If you're used to making like 5 figures a day, 6 figures a day, it feels really humbling. You've got to start from the beginning, the bottom again. There's some features that people don't care about. It doesn't increase the conversion rate, and there's some that do. So it's firstly, all right, well, I'm Toby, this is Jed. We're the co-founders of Brilliant Brands Co., which is a e-com branding house. We have 3 brands in our portfolio, which I think is probably too much, but the ADHD kicked in and
shiny object syndrome.
Yep. Actually, you're one of the only people that has ever said, you can do multiple businesses. And I remember you telling us the story of your calming blankets, and you said if you hadn't done Udi, you'd probably still be doing that, or you might even be out of business. And so that actually inspired us to say, you know what, we can actually do multiple businesses. But I do believe in single focus once you do find that one business that you can scale.
I can name countless people that I respect and I think are even better than me in e-commerce, 100% focused on it, that have failed to do the group of brands. But that's not to say that there wasn't incredible learnings through pushing through how to do capital allocation across a group. But the benefits of synergies are all hypothetical, in my opinion, with e-commerce. It's single focus. It's not like you have distribution laws, distribution advantages like Microsoft and stuff have. So, that's why I don't believe in it long term. I think that if you're going to do it, it's because you have you're not optimizing for maximum market capitalization of one business, but you're optimizing for diversification and fun. It's okay to be distracted if you find that more fun. But that's where I think the delineation needs to come. But you kind of figure that out over time. Run me through how the business has been going.
Yeah, well, we've been going for about 8 months, and we've already hit 7 figures, which is pretty exciting. We kind of started from selling to a company previously. So during COVID, we got like a $20 million valuation for
wow.
That was our first one. But then we kind of had this foray into a couple different businesses, and we realized we thought we were kind of the biggest legends. We've done it. And then, we've kind of been taken straight back to school.
Fucking humble.
Humble. We were like,
That's great. And so what was do you mind talking about the first business that you were going to sell, like the $20 million valuation one?
So it was like kind of in the water sports, like hydrofoiling and like electric kind of watercrafts and stuff. So that was pretty interesting.
Man, I have eaten so much shit doing those e-foils.
Yeah.
Not keeping the nose down and you're just like completely full of. So did you end up selling that business?
We sold our stake, which was pretty exciting. And that was how long ago now? 2-3 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
That's
all
awesome.
blends into one within just a week.
That's awesome. I'm super keen to talk about that acquisition process because I think people want to understand it. Tell me about this current business so you've been running it for 8 months. What does it sell?
So we've got our vitamin patches, which are pretty exciting. So, rather than taking pills where you lose about, 85% of kind of active ingredients, the stomach acid in your liver, these deliver over 8 hours. So invented by NASA, which is pretty cool. And just really efficient, releases over 8 hours. So you get kind of everything your body needs whenever it needs it, which is very exciting. So kind of new future tech.
Great. So how did you launch this new business and how can someone do something similar?
We saw an ad for our competitor, and we were like, that's fucking awesome. And like you said, knowing what we know about the previous failures, about cheap cost of goods, about shipping, about light shipping, easy to ship, easy to store, easy to transport, subscription products, like this ticks all the boxes. So we were like, okay, let's give this a go, even though we probably shouldn't have because we already had too many things on the go. But that's been our biggest success at the moment. So I'm glad we did do it, although like everyone would have said we probably shouldn't have. that was going on a year ago now when we actually just conceived of the idea, and then we just got to work trademarks, registered the brand name, the logos, sampling process, figuring out what products sell, what don't.
So you came up with the product idea. You saw a competitor maybe using a spy tool. Is that how you kind of come up with the ideas? Or you just saw it?
He found it on
Instagram.
Just
Instagram scaling. You're like, this is a good idea.
Yeah.
And then the spy tool, we hit the spy tools and everything. And
check the numbers.
Yeah.
And then, so you just built the store, found the supplier. How did it go in those first early months? And how did you like technically launch the thing? Did you introduce a ton of ads or just a small amount?
Yeah, we got success pretty much instantly on Amazon. So we hit Amazon, we hit TikTok Shop, we hit Meta.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we were banned on Meta for 6 months. We were banned on TikTok Shop straight away. And so Amazon was the only one that we could actually scale. And we got probably not standard results, but we got instant success because I feel like we had product market fit and ticked all the boxes. And instead of, we basically said, okay, here's the hero product. We found our hero product. And then we reverse engineer what was working for the other brand. And then we said, okay, how can we add a point of difference? How can we be better? And then we found that. And then so we hit instant success. And we rode the wave of, we were super lucky. Like we saw the wave coming and we kind of got on just as it was like going through the roof. So we were really lucky with that.
It's funny. You say it's luck. I say it's being observant. It's a skill set in itself. You know, I think I got lucky in the early stages with my products simply because I had no prior framework to even identify or like pattern recognize what makes a good trend. You guys have been doing it for a little bit. So I think that over time, if you've done it a few times, it's probably your skills, not the luck itself. I'm interested to see how here, if I was a beginner, how would you advise me to understand what channel to go after? Because you went after Facebook, you went after Amazon, you went after TikTok shops, and a lot of beginners come in and they go, I'm going to do retail, I'm going to do this, which is sometimes not the best advice, but it seems like you guys was about to get traction on all of those. Did you know that from the early stages of like picking the product, or like did you just want to test them all? Like how do you go about that thought process?
I feel like we wanted to test them all. And we kind of spread ourselves too thin, like looking back. There's a lot to do. Like TikTok Shop is a full-time job really, and then Meta, Amazon. You got to like we kind of grew fast, which is good. We were able to hire staff, but I think we kind of picked everything and saw where the success was and kind of focused on those channels and kind of had to scale down on the ones that weren't doing too well.
Was it based on the competitors' success on these channels, or are you just like, we know what we're doing on all of these channels, and we got a bit of capital now, let's just go?
We always got told Meta's bread and butter. You always got to have that to have a successful business. But then what our competitors were doing, so that's why we saw them on TikTok Shop and we're like, oh wow, let's give that a go. And Amazon, so like if you're running Meta, you're running Amazon, people, especially in the US, just go check. If you're running TikTok or you're running Meta, people go check Amazon, and that kind of has like a trickle down effect. So I think that's quite important once you're doing well.
So 8 months in, despite the bans, how has everything been going in terms of like numbers and like what's the main driver of that?
We're on track. Well, yeah, we've hit 3 million sales
in 8 months.
In 8 months.
That's crazy growth.
Yeah, and it would be way more if we didn't get banned. Banned by TikTok, banned by
What do you think you'd be if you didn't get banned?
We'd be doing what our competitors doing, which is in the 8 figures easily.
We reckon 8 figures. 80 cents.
Over 10 million in 3 months.
Yeah, we think so.
Wow.
We were off Meta for about 6 months, and now we're kind of getting like a bit more traction now. We've only started about a month and a half ago, so we only started 6 months ago. Who knows?
So that is just crazy growth, and it can't just be product selection. What are the main things that you think that you do that other people could implement better than other people? Yeah,
I think it's the branding. I think it's the ability to see a product and go, how do we make this better? How do we make it look better? How do we make it more premium? That's our bread and butter. That's what we really focus on, is premium branding, being able to raise the price a bit, seeing in the product where we can make it better and then charge more money for it, which gives us higher margins, which means we can scale quicker. And
what's your exact framework for that? Because there's just so many different ways that we can customize, and so many people, what they do is they interpret the adding this feature there, and then it raises their cost of goods by 70%, and then they try to raise their prices, and it's just like, no, that feature didn't actually work. Is this just a skill that you've learned over time through taste, or do you like have frameworks about like how to identify what to actually customize?
I feel like we've definitely learned it over time. We first started with this like beach towel company, and we were like, we don't want, complete premium products, so we could sell these towels for quite a higher price. So it went 100% organic cotton. We went for these beautiful boxes, this beautiful packaging, and we kind of learned then it's like that was kind of the wrong feature to focus on because no one actually sees it till they get it, and it didn't necessarily help with how to sell it online. So I think there's just taken through the lessons. So what we kind of looked. A lot of research. I think we did a lot of research and just kind of figured out like how can we appear better? How can we actually make ourselves better? How can we offer a premium product and service to the consumer with that they actually care about? In terms of, like,
what does that research process look like specifically?
So we did a lot of competitor research. So we like look into them, like what are they offering? What are their ingredients? Like what's going on? Like for example, supplements, right? Like what's going on? What's popular? How can we kind of combine things? How can we offer things that people are interested in in a product all in one, for example? I'd say that.
Yeah, I would also add to that, like you said, Davey, there's some features that people don't care about. Or they do care, but they don't care when they go to put their wallet out and actually, it doesn't increase the conversion rate. And there's some that do. So it's firstly identifying what is actually going to increase our conversion rate. Also, what's going to drive the cost of goods higher. And then there's no point in like selling it for more if your cost of goods is more and then your margin's the same. So it's like, what can we do that's low hanging fruit? I think the first framework is premium logo. Don't skip on that. You can still do it for cheap, but don't settle. I think that's we've got like 10 commandments, but it's like, don't settle for okay, because when you're working with outsourcers and staff, they're just going to try and do the minimum effort. And then you always have to be like, I want this different. And they, even to the point where they start to get a little bit pissed off at you, but it's like, we won't settle. Like premium website, premium branding, premium packaging, all that stuff in someone's mind creates the impression that this brand's big, that it's trustworthy. You know what I mean? Like we don't skimp on that kind of shit. So that's the first one. Amazon reviews. It's like when you troll through another competitor's Amazon reviews and you use something like Data Dive and then you use AI to kind of summarize it, you'll see what people actually care about, whether if it's supplement like the taste or whatever it is, the ingredients. And that's how you can tell. And some things they don't care. If they're not talking about it, if someone's not giving you a 5-star review on this thing, they probably don't care about it. So, yeah.
I think jumping in on the 3-star and the 4 stars are really helpful as well because, 5 stars, people could be paid or, sometimes they're just over the moon. But the 3 and the 4 stars are the ones where people, I think they like the product, but they were let down by something.
They're being thoughtful.
Yeah. So they really wanted to like it, but there was 1 or 2 things that just really didn't make it for them. And those are, I think, the gold mine.
Yeah, that's really good advice. What's that? You've got 10 commandments. Is that 10 commandments for the company?
Yeah, for the company, for us.
What's your favorite one aside from don't settle?
Well, I like good enough isn't good enough.
Yeah.
Especially I think branding is one of our biggest skills, and we really want to go kind of above and beyond because if it looks good, it performs good. We reckon. So if it's not if it's good enough, it's not good enough. It has to be really good.
You really behave similar to like me, and I feel like maybe back in the early days you were maybe similar in that brand wasn't the forefront of your mind, but over time you realize just the importance of it. And because the way you talk, right, like it's good enough isn't good enough. It's like consistency at all costs. It's like don't settle. Like these things they're perfectionistic in nature, but they're also the most imperative to brand. So when we talk about other pillars such as maybe performance, if we're doing performance marketing and it's good is almost good enough because you're just going to add another video and introduce volume to it. But if you make one bad decision from a branding product perspective that betrays trust in your in your true brand values, it can ruin the entire thing. Is that something that you've adapted over time in terms of valuing and importance since your exit, or has that just always been something that you've been focused on?
I think we've always, especially from our first one, we've always been really interested in the kind of higher end section. We've never wanted to be, like a cheap Charlie or race to the bottom. We've always wanted to be higher end. And I think, in terms of our branding, that's something really
So your
important for us.
previous brand that you sold, obviously amazing. It sounds like it was Amazing Exo. There was a really strong branding element to that as well. And that's probably why you got the valuation, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we tried really hard. We really kind of thought about how it looks. Because if you're spending that much money, you gotta want it to look nice. You're gonna want it to, like, I think good branding really adds trustworthiness, and especially because we're really into supplements. And if it doesn't look like it's going to do something well for you, or it looks cheap, I think the trustworthiness really plummets.
What's the practical, because all of the list that you just said was really good about like good logo, good website, consistency of design. But I think some people struggle to even get to that point. What's your tips? Maybe it's designers to hire, like how does someone actually take their really ugly website and turn it into a brand to be proud of?
Yeah, so we love to do all our branding in-house, but what's been really helpful is, kind of going on these websites like, Upwork, Fiverr, and just getting like a couple different opinions. I think, again, competitor research is really important. Like, what are other people doing? What are the other high-end brands doing? How do they look? And then kind of like adapt your style because of that. I think Daily Mentor has been really helpful for us as well, because working with some people like Sheena, the CRO and like the changes on the website have been really helpful just to get us to that kind of higher level as well.
Yeah, that's great. How has Daily Mentor been going? How long have you been in, and what are some changes that we've helped you make?
We've been going, for a couple of months?
I think three or 4
3 months. Yeah. Oh man, it's like a kid in a candy store. Like it's so good. Like, I need help on emails. I've got Jason. It's so good. I need help on like Facebook. We've got Brody and everyone like that. We need help. CRO, it's great. I've got someone like anything, Amazon, Google. It's just everything. It's been so helpful. And I think the best part for me is actually the community itself. I think I've learned just as much as from everyone else as I have from the mentors. Yeah. It's been really.
How
really
have you
good.
engaged in that community?
We got the Slack. So I love like that, everyone's comfortable to post things, and I'll realize like, that guy's going through the same trouble as we are. And, or like, this person just decides, hey, this is my top performing ad if you guys wanted just to have a look. Or this person, talks about like, I'm having trouble with my click-through rate. And you're like, well then that's something I can take on. So I'm always on it. I'm checking every day. I check every single message. I go on the threads. It's great.
That's good feedback. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's great.
It's been really helpful. It's like, I think we had this Facebook marketing agency, and it was the exact same price, but we got a lot less from it. And I think it's been really helpful. Like, it's value for money is just incredible. I think.
So you had an agency and then you just put Daily Mentor and you did it yourself.
Yeah, I think going marketing in-house is especially important, because you got to really understand, what you're saying and who you're talking to. And I don't think agencies really get that. Yeah. You're kind of just another customer, and then they try their kind of one-size-fits-all marketing strategy. If it doesn't work, we'll see you later. They've got other clients.
Yeah, that's great. Can you remember one conversation that you maybe had with someone like a Daily Mentor coach that you implemented and got some good results from it?
Yeah, I had a good chat with Brody. So I think one of my biggest weaknesses is content, in terms of like definitely video content. It's just been difficult for me, and he's been really good. Like, we've been talking about it for a couple of weeks, and really good in coaching me on how to make a good hook, how to make a nice video that sells, and like what kind of structure it needs for advertising. And since talking to him, we've doubled our conversion on video ads, which is really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great feedback. Thank you so much. So you guys have sold an e-commerce business, and we won't get into specifics because I'm sure there's contractual stuff in there. But I think I would love to hear from you as someone that's actually never sold an e-commerce business. I've been pretty close with Udi back in the day. I'm interested to see, how that process was. Was it a stressful process? Was it
Absolutely.
Run me through the emotional turmoil of it.
Well, okay, so kind of funny, we actually got a deal on Dragon's Den in Canada. Wow. In Canada, yeah. So our partner is based in Canada, or was, that started the business, and we partnered up with him. And he went on Dragon's Den in the middle of COVID, so we couldn't leave Australia, but we were supposed to go there and do.
Oh no!
And so he got a deal with two of the dragons, which helped us raise some capital, and then we raised more capital, and we worked on it. COVID was really stressful because of the not being able to get to work, factory shut. It was just such a hard time, as you know. And then, we basically, so we had two businesses in the same industry. One was the e-foil and one was the standard foil, which basically doesn't have the motor on it. You just kind of pump around. And so, yeah, the capital raising process was so stressful. It's so much due diligence. They want to know everything you've had for breakfast since you were born, like every single thing you've ever done, every email you've ever written. And so what I would say to brands that are going through, whether it's raising capital or getting an exit, is like you've got to basically have one person full time, and it really affects your scale, because I had to shift my focus from scaling the business and I was a sales manager to just filling out forms, due diligence. And then there's no guarantee you're going to raise the capital, and there's no guarantee you're going to sell the business as well. So you could lose 6 to 12 months just in trying to raise capital and sell. They're separate things, but like the due diligence is very similar in terms of that. And
it's interesting that the difference in intensity of the M&A process across the size of the business. Like, because I've almost sold businesses at, the 10 million mark, 50 million mark, even $100 million. And I've gone through the process, and it's like anything under 10 million, like versus even 20 million is so different. Like the difference in what is called the data room, which I'm sure you guys probably did, where you provide every single email about every single potential problem.
Yeah.
If you're buying a business for like 5 million, they probably won't even do that. So I think like the one thing that I try to teach daily mentor people is like understand what is life-changing money, the likelihood of getting somewhere. They also need to understand the intensity of that process, but also the strategic partners that can actually buy you at each of those levels changes massively. So it sounds like you went through a similar intense process because, it was such a good exit, I guess.
Yeah, I would say one bit of advice, just hire someone. Don't try and do it yourself.
Did you hire someone that was an M&A expert? Did you hire a lawyer? What
both. Both. Yeah. And they just basically did it all. I wouldn't have been able to. I still had to do heaps because he's like, I need this, I need that, and I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah. I had to go through whole days and weeks just going back through my emails and everything. And
I think that's the thing that I've learned as well. That's why I'm not looking to sell any of my businesses. One, because I love them all so much now. I've set them up to the point where I can love them as much as I do. But it's just so demanding on the team because you get to a certain size where you have to bring your C-level into the acquisition process. And if you're jumping ship, they get worried that, they're going to get a really bad boss in the future. So that stalls growth as well. So if you're going to exit, make sure that you get it across the line. Because otherwise, it's just going to be extremely detrimental.
Sorry to talk over you, Dave, but that's a really good point. I forgot they start to get what's going to happen to my job? But they start to get wind of you're going to sell it, and then like, oh fuck, and then you can really lose people. They can start to look for other jobs. You got to really reassure them, but you don't know because you don't know what's going to happen when they take over and stuff. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
It's a really good one. I think the thing that you do then is you make sure that you have bonuses. You need to share the win with the company, or at least the people that are involved in getting it across the line. And I think that there's definitely an element of like, what buyer are you actually giving this company to? Like, yes, you've got to look after yourself, your family, your future generation. But you've also got to look after the people that have been in the trenches with you for so long. Like you literally have to. There's an element of like why you're running this business is to support your employees as well. And I think the deciding on what buyer actually buys the business is part of that. I have countless friends that have sold for over $100 million where they had a bigger offer from someone else and they said no because they knew that they would continue the legacy. And I think that that's a powerful thing as well.
Absolutely, bro. And it doesn't look great on you if you sell a business and then they run it into the ground as well.
Yeah, 100%. And think about the next company that you launch. Like if you keep doing that, people just aren't going to come work for you. So it's a net positive, I think, to make the right decision there. So how did it feel straight after you exited the business?
So we took about a year off because we were so burnt out and stressed out and everything. and then after that, I remember I was in a hammock in Mentawai in Indo.
Tough life.
And I was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I've read so many books, I've surfed. I was like, okay, it's time to get back into it. So Jed, my brother, I basically said, let's start again. He's like, yeah, let's do it. So we started this business and we thought we were the biggest legends because we were like, fuck, we thought we were invincible. And we got so humbled so quick. So basically we started this towel business. It's a matching towel set. We still have it.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's called Baja Beach Co. And it's basically like an organic cotton hat bag for girls, really big beach towel and purse. And it all comes as a matching set.
Yeah, they're the softest towels you'll ever own in your life.
Yeah, we've got about 1,000 still in our garage. So.
I'm sure they're not cheap.
No.
And so we're like, let's get a 40-foot container. Let's pay more, like premium, 100% organic cotton, verified everything.
Yeah, premium boxing, just like free little gifts just everything.
We spent a whole year working on it.
Yeah.
We're like, ignore all the legends' advice, like test the market, make sure you got product market fit. Make some sales first, get a few. We were just like, nah,
we're killers. We're killers. We'll make it work.
40-foot container, shipped it to a 3PL in Melbourne.
Yeah. No proof of concept. No, just like never run an ad. Just built the website after the fact.
Yeah. Got hammer banned by Facebook, so we didn't have a Meta account.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened because we're selling towels.
You're selling towels. How are you getting banned for that? Meta just hate you guys.
Yeah, they do. Bro. We actually thought that.
It's a conspiracy. Conspiracy against us. But so anyway, we promised this 3PL the world, well, we're going to sell thousands of units a week. He was getting all G'd up. And just crickets.
Nothing.
Just absolute crickets.
Take your towels back, he said.
Yeah. So before he just charges thousands of dollars in storage and minimum orders and stuff that we didn't have. And it was just burning a massive, so we wasted a whole year doing that, couldn't sell, ended up having to bring it back to the Goldie. So we've got a storage shed out here because it's a bit cheaper, but we got absolutely owned with that. Now we've found a different source. So we realized that this is not an e-com product. People need to feel it, see it. So now we've started to have success in pop-ups, which is not really e-com, but we realize that people need to feel it and see the product, and so we're doing pop-ups all around. But
how did that the difference, because you've done 3 million in 8 months? Was it 3 million in 8 months for this business?
Yep.
So you must have outlaid a decent amount of capital early on for this new business, right? But at the same time, you're looking at the outlay of capital to that previous towel business as like, that was silly, this is not. And I think one thing that I've learned over time is capital allocation is relative to risk and reward that you can afford at that given time. So I look at some of the businesses, when we were doing 20 million EBITDA with my main business, losing $1 million on stock for a new launch is almost necessary at that stage, because otherwise it's just going to be too slow and not grow quick enough to even be worth my time. How do you kind of equate that? Was it the capital allocation wasn't the wrong thing? It was just the first principles thinking around actual what makes a good product that you kind of forgot?
That's why we did it. We're like, if we can't sell a 40-footer, we don't want to waste our time. Because also, this really well, your level gets set, the more revenue you do, that's your floor. So if we're already used to making X amount of dollars, we're not going to go back down. It's like you've got to keep going up. So you've got to take bigger risks. But then you can lose bigger as well. The bigger risks, the more you lose.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why we did it. But we forgot first principles of do we have product market fit?
Yeah.
And just because you're successful in one business does not mean it's transferable to the next. Your skills are transferable, but not the actual product. People just might not like it, or you don't have the right channel or something like that. So I think that's where we went wrong.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. And humbling yourself to go back to basics. If you want to start a new business or whatever, you've got to start from the beginning, the bottom again. You're a beginner again. You've got to find your product market fit. You've got to find your channels. You've got to go back to making content. You're going to go back to, making $100 a day or $200 a day. If you're used to making 5 figures a day, 6 figures a day, it feels really humbling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of two more things on our 10 commandments we kind of have. It's just never stop learning. Just because we did something well before, the e-commerce world's ever changing. Things are changing every day.
So much.
And you can just never stop learning, always have to keep up with, the trends, things get hard.
I want to add one more thing as well is when you have a lot of capital, or you make stupid decisions as well, because it's just like yes. We know some people here on the Goldie who have a similar kind of branding house than we do, and it's just like every decision's a yes. But I don't think every decision should be. I think you've got to at some point know when to bootstrap and when to say no and when to say yes to big opportunities. I think if you just say yes to everything, you can. We probably wasted half our capital just on stupid decisions or bad courses that we've taken that didn't have any value, or we just said yes to everything and did the spaghetti approach, and most of it didn't stick. I think, that's something that we talked about internally, is like, let's just go back to bootstrapping until we get something that we know we can allocate capital and it's going to grow it.
Yeah, because we kind of just said like, oh yeah, we have the capital, and it means you just spend it. And you kind of really have to be strict on yourself and put yourself on a budget.
Yeah, creating constraints is one of the most important things when that constraint gets removed. Like those constraints in the first place make you very successful because you just need to act smarter. What would you say your main channel is in terms of, like, you guys are very, very good at this channel? Is it Meta? Is it TikTok Shops? Is it Amazon?
It's definitely Amazon.
Definitely Amazon. Yeah.
What are your main tips for Amazon for maybe a beginner brand? They've maybe already got a product. What do they need to do?
Get a good team. Definitely. Get someone who's done it before. There's really good people, either agencies or just freelancers that know Amazon really well. So all the compliance side and everything is really important. Team above everything. There's so much opportunity on Amazon still that you need to know what you're doing. And I would say as well, again, goes back to point of difference, studying your competitors' reviews, the 3 stars, the 1 stars, the 5 stars, and figuring out how you can add value to what's already on the market.
So in Amazon, we have multiple components, obviously. So we have the operational component, such as FBA. So actually getting it in the warehouse, properly barcoded, set up properly. And then we've got the listing optimization, such as the SEO ranking there. And then we've got the paid ad component. Did I miss any other component out of that?
No. I think
so. You've got those 3 things. Where do you think beginners fall down most with that? Because sometimes people can't afford an agency for that. They're just getting started. They're like, okay, we've picked a product that's more demand capture rather than demand creation. So Amazon, we think, is going to be a good listing. There's not too many competitors. We've used some spy tools. We've differentiated it as well. So this is going to look great. For that person, where do you think that they're going to make the most mistakes, and how can they fix that?
So I think you brought up a good point, demand capture. Don't go on Amazon if there's not already demand, because it's like Google. You have to have the demand, the searches. I'd say the PPC. So don't skimp on getting a good PPC. And you can go to Philippines and get really good people. Same with branding as well. You can get really good people that are great at making logos and websites from Philippines or whatever. And so you don't have to spend thousands or tens of thousands or whatever. For us, it was the PPC and the SEO, because they go hand in hand, right? So use the PPC to boost your SEO rankings, and then you offset. So the general rule is you break even on the PPC. If you're an absolute weapon, you can still make profit on the PPC side, but you're trying to get your listing up on the first page, just like on Google. When you get on the top 3 results, you get that organic, which is the profitability because you're not spending on PPC. So use the PPC to boost yourself up the rankings.
Yeah.
And that's not something that I'd really recommend for a beginner to do.
So you think you could go to Upwork or a freelance site and go find someone that's run PPC before, maybe you trial a couple of people, but you would also get an SEO person to help the listing, or do you think that one person could do both
the
of
one
those?
person if they're good, definitely. Yeah.
That's really
so it starts in making your listing. So you have to put the keywords that you want to be ranking for. So it always comes back to research first. Like, what do I want to rank for? What's the search volume of these terms? Is it actually worth my time? And then how am I going to compete with the current people on there?
How do you know if they're good or not? If you have no experience in it, let's say 30, 60, 90-day plan maybe, like what would a good person do versus a bad person?
It starts with the reviews as well, but people can fake those. But like Upwork reviews, references, can I speak to other brands you've worked with? Like lots of due diligence at the start. I think you can tell by, first of all, for me, it's like how available they are. You can tell if they've got too many clients, you just want another number, that they're in the churn business model, which is have 2 people apply for every one that leaves kind of thing. That's really important to know that they actually care about your business and how much time are they actually spending in your account, because there's agencies that will spend an hour a week and there's agencies that will spend like a few hours a day. And that's why I like freelancers as well, because they don't have so many brands. Like they might only have like a few that can put more time into yours. And
that's good advice.
And if there's 2 different kind of ways you can pay. There's just a flat fee, like $3,000 a month. There's also sliding scale of, we'll do 1.75% of total revenue or total PPC. So like the current person we're with charges us a percentage of PPC spend. So as you scale up, like, so your downside's covered because it's just a percentage. So if you're only making like 10K a month, it's negligible. But then as you go up, you just got to have a cap on the top because you could scale really quickly. And then if you're paying someone 5%, it ends up getting like quite a lot. So yeah.
That's great advice. And at the end of the day, if they're not getting results in maybe 30 days, like any movement in the organic listing in the positive direction, you probably got the wrong person, would you say? Or
yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I would say don't just rely on other people. You got to educate yourself as well. So courses like Daily Mentor, speaking to the mentors, there's heaps of good courses on Amazon you can do. Just to know what they're doing. And you got to have like a general knowledge of everything in the business as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think you say that as well. It's like, otherwise you don't know how much you should be paying. You don't know how long it should be taking. You don't know if they're pulling the wool over your eyes. Like, it's. I would say e-com's a massive minefield when you're just getting into it, because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know who gives you good information or not. I would vouch for Daily Mentor. It's by far the best kind of e-com course we've ever done.
Yeah, that's great. So you've done some other ones before?
Yeah, I don't want to name any names.
No.
But some famous kind of people that are gurus that
they don't actually offer that much value. I know, like, starting e-commerce, it's daunting. Like when I first ever looked at a Facebook ad account, I was like, oh my God, what do all these things mean? It's like a massive spreadsheet. But yeah, these Daily Mentor courses, like even like email marketing, like everything, it's just easy to learn, and you can kind of see someone with like an already established account, so you can understand how everything works. It's been super helpful in terms of learning it.
And our business model is internally, we always bring everything in-house, but we learn from the experts. And I think it's like the Hormozi model, which is like, hey, just so you know, eventually we're going to bring this in-house, but we want to learn everything we can from you, maybe even at a premium, so that we know. And it's overwhelming, but you just step by step, day by day, always be learning and never feel like you've got it figured out. But like, that's what I need to know, everything across what's happening. I don't need to be an expert at everything, but I do need to have that basic knowledge of everything, because I know, what it should be taking, how much it should be costing. Are you missing things? That kind of stuff.
What's the fastest results you've gotten on something like Amazon?
We went from, we started, we were like, we went from zero.
Literally zero.
And then the first month, I think we did like 450K US.
Wow.
Like that.
We were just like, we were doing 20K days, 25K days. We were just like, holy fuck.
Yeah, it didn't
So
even
it
seem
just
real.
instantly went to the top of the listings.
Yeah, but it was that wave that we talked about. We kind of rode a wave of
Pick the right product, trends.
Yeah.
There's notoriously like a glory period when you first make your listing on Amazon, because it looks at velocity of reviews. Do you believe in that and like
100%.
to capitalize on that? What's your
100%.
tips there?
You've got to have QR codes, trying to get them back on the website, grow your email list, incentivize. You can't incentivize a positive review. You can ask for a review, but you've got to be so careful with Amazon. They're so sophisticated now, especially with AI. Like, don't be trying to game the reviews. Like, make a good product, connect with your customers, trying to get them, like, offer them, some reward to enter their email or whatever. You can't offer them a reward for a review, but you can to get their email and stuff. It's a real gray area, because Amazon wants to keep Amazon customers to Amazon. They don't want their customers to go to yours, but there are compliant ways that you can do it. Like there's one software called Swap QR, which you can put a QR on the front saying, hey, we're offering free prizes or whatever to give us your email or whatever. You can do that.
I think the greatest thing about Swapped as well is you can build your own flow. So rather than building it on Klaviyo like I used to, it's just QR code goes to a thing. It just says, oh yeah, put your email in. And then I have to like set up a flow to like send a code. But with Swapped, it's like, oh yeah, cool, where'd you buy it from? And you can send people on different journeys through in this little website.
That's cool.
To ask reviews, give them their codes of like, oh, they've already bought from Shopify. I can like get their email to put them on like a kind of like an engaged buyers list, because if you've already bought it and you put it on, you're kind of engaged. Whereas, if you say, oh, I'm from Amazon, oh, you scan it, cool, I get your email, and then I can build that flywheel up for the email marketing.
So you're just trying to get as many reviews quickly as possible.
Yeah.
As many repeat purchase rates as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And your listings just going to skyrocket.
Yeah. So the PPC and launch strategy, like always have a launch strategy. Get that velocity up, which helps you get up the rankings, trying to get as many 5-star or good reviews as you can. That's basically how you win on Amazon. And then, like you said, if it is a subscribe and save product, give a good discount.
Yeah.
Like if 20%, you know what I mean? And yes, you will get people gaming the system and buying SNS, subscribe and save, and then cancelling after the first month. But I still see that as a win, because there will be a lot of people that love it. As long as your product's good. If your product's shit, the whole thing's going to fall apart. But if your product's good, you believe in it, it tastes good, or it works well, subscribe. That's the bread and butter, because you break even on the ad spend, but then you get the organic and you get the subscribe and save. And that's how you sell a business as well, because investor comes along and says, fuck, they've got 1,000 subscribers. That's 40,000 in recurring revenue. Pretty much all profit minus the cost of goods, but there's no ad spend in that as well.
Yeah.
So that's the profit margin, right?
Well, lads, you're a wealth of knowledge. I think people would have learnt a ton from that. So I know you guys have been through the absolute ringer the past 6 months, but you're still crushing it more than most people. So I'm confident once you get all this stuff figured out, you're going to be a huge brand. And I appreciate you being part of Daily Mentor.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's been really good. It's just been so helpful.
Yeah.
I was just like, we're talking in the car and I just say, oh man, Daily Mentor has been such a good amount spent of money, because we've been doing stuff that's like the same cost, and I just keep going like, oh, this one Facebook guy we had, same cost as Daily Mentor, and I've just learned so much. So I'd recommend it to anyone.
I really appreciate the kind words, man.
I just want to say thank you. It's obvious that you put a lot of work into it.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that I'm most grateful for is that you can tell that you're put energy into it and you actually care.
Yeah.
Like you really care. And that's the difference, I think, with other trainings that we've done, is you can tell they don't care. It's just whatever.
Yeah. Honestly, the entire team cares. It definitely flows from top down. Like I always said that I would never sell a course, and I do believe that Daily Mentor is not a course, it's a mentorship. You guys have had so many one-on-ones, right?
Yeah.
But it also made me almost feel uncomfortable as soon as we started taking money, despite the value that we're fighting, despite millions we spend in coaches. So as soon as I take someone's money, I care. Like I need to care. And I'm glad that that's flowed through and we've gotten you some results.
I think you just picked some amazing people. Like they're all passionate. No one ever comes on a call and is like, oh God, it's my 1 p.m. I got to get it around. Like they're all really happy. They're all like involved. It's like, I know, because I talk with Brody a lot, and he kind of seems like he's part of the team. Like he's gunning for us to win, which is just awesome.
He's a gem. Well, thanks guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cheers.